exciting Sports Guy Mike Show. Let's go! Presented by Woodman Nissan. The best sports talk show in Southern Colorado. With local and national coverage. Listen in for interviews and special co-hosts every day. The best 2 hours you'll spend with your clothes on. Here's your host, Sports Guy Mike.
Sports Guy Mike Show, cruising 101.3 KFEZ. It is Tuesday. We're coming to you live from studio. I don't even know what to call this studio, because with our morning show we call it Studio B.
Studio B, right?
But I guess you call it studio. I guess we'll just call it Studio B because it's technically Studio B from KFEZ also, because KFEZ Studio A is next door to Studio A of Blazing 98.5. So I guess we're just straight up Studio B on both sides of the spectrum. Sports Guy Mike, Paul the Buckeye at the end of the table.
Gorgeous day out, ain't it?
What's up, brother? How you doing today?
Doing great.
Man, there's a lot of stuff going on. Also, I want you guys to know, I am going to figure this out, but right now I'm hoping that this is working. So we'll see. I kind of got
both of us on there.
Yeah, I kind of got the picture-in-picture thing going there. So I don't have to worry about switching back and forth. You're in the shot, I'm in the shot.
It works out both ways.
But I'm going to figure out how to do a side-by-side instead of having your little tiny self in the corner. Because I couldn't figure out how to split the screen. So I was like, this will work for now. So you can also go to YouTube. Type in see, I almost did it. The Sports Guy Mike Show on YouTube. And actually, it's just Sports Guy Mike Show, not because you'll get something else if you do that. So just type in Sports Guy Mike Show on YouTube, and you can check us out right there. So
Punch it up.
Yeah, man, good stuff. So how was your day?
Not too bad.
Something I normally ask my wife when I get home. So, dear, how was your day?
Not too busy. Not too slow. Good
right.
Day.
Good day?
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, the sun, gorgeous day outside. You can't complain.
It is not. You see how I got all the shades dropped over there for you?
Yeah.
A little bit better than when you normally come in.
Oh, man.
You know?
That's brutal.
I know. Usually when you come in, dude, that sun is just completely and unequivocally being like just in your face. And there's really not a whole lot you can do. So, yeah, plus I figured it looks better for the camera, too, as well.
Got the
So,
sun glare, right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, we're trying to do big things in here. All right, y'all, some top headlines of the day. Also, and don't forget, at 4:30, we will have Grant Meach, sport director over at KOAA News 5 NBC here in Colorado Springs. He's going to join the show. We're going to talk a little bit to him. I kind of want to ask him about the Charlie Blackmon thing, because I did not get a chance to ask Sam Farnsworth.
Sam, right.
So, and I know it's been over a week since, Charlie's gotten his $14 million, but I kind of wanted to get his take on it. And, of course, we'll talk a little bit of Broncos because some other news has sparked up. So we definitely want to talk to Grant about that. So we'll be talking to him at the bottom of this hour. But some top headlines for you today. Todd Haley. We said that it wouldn't take long for him to find a job, and it obviously did not, because he is the new DC over in Cleveland.
Oh, man.
Yes, Cleveland.
Cleveland.
He is the new offensive coordinator for the Cleveland Browns. Now,
good luck, brother.
here's the thing. The guy's resume is impeccable.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how you slice it, you have to look at it this way. He had success in Arizona with Kurt Warner, okay? In Kansas City for one season at least with Matt Castle. And then, of course, he had success with Ben Roethlisberger in Pittsburgh. So the resume's there, pedigree, all that good stuff. He's a good OC. And here's the thing, that from what I understand, when he goes over there, he's actually going to take the play calling duties away from Hugh Jackson. So Hugh Jackson can kind of, I guess, if you will, be able to keep an eye on the bigger picture, and
Right.
So he's not going to be play calling. Now he's got Todd Haley in there to do it. Not that I think miraculously, somehow, some way, because of Todd Haley's emergence into the Cleveland Browns staff, does not mean that all of a sudden Cleveland's going to be better.
No.
You still have DeShone Kizer. Not that he's a bad kid, but in my opinion, I said this at the end of during the season, you're damaging this kid.
Absolutely.
You are damaging. Now that we're out of the season, I can say this. You damaged that kid.
Oh, absolutely.
He got hurt.
Right.
He was thrown into the wolves. He was not ready. He is
Not in any way.
He is one of the smartest kids I've heard coming out of college. And the reason I say that is because, and this pains me, because we're not going to have John Gruden's QB camp anymore. That bothers me.
Right.
Because I love John Gruden's QB camp. And it almost helps people like me who are fanatical, who like to watch stuff like that. And even, don't get it twisted, don't think that the coaches and, NFL staffs are probably like, dang, that was kind of a good tool for us. Because you really get to see, even though it's for 30 minutes to an hour, you're still getting to kind of see how this kid interacts with somebody like John Gruden. Then he takes them outside and they go through drills and all that stuff. So it's not it's actually a pretty good thing. I enjoy it because I get to, as a fan, I get to see kind of how these guys are, that we don't get to see, that the staffers get to see, during drills and, what's the word I'm looking for? In Indianapolis. Why can't I think of it? What comes before training camp? Why can't I think of it? In Indianapolis.
The OTAs.
No. Oh my God.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. And it's right on
the combine.
The combine, yes.
Okay.
Yes, combine.
Jesus. I was going to punch myself.
That was painful.
Yeah, I was about to punch myself in the face for not remembering. All right, so at the combine, you get to interview these kids. You get to talk to them. You get to find out a little bit about them. Problem in Cleveland is not DeShone Kizer.
No.
For me, it's not DeShone Kizer. I watched this kid on a QB camp with John Gruden. So intellectual. He's got a really good football acumen and a good football IQ. And I feel so bad for this kid that he had to go to Cleveland because he got completely thrown to the wolves. They let Brock Osweiler go and they threw this kid in. And in my opinion, they probably ruined this kid.
Okay, but do you think Kizer is going to be the guy next year?
Do they have a choice?
Well, they got a number 1 and a number 4 pick in the draft.
But what are you going to do? You're going to go get another rookie? Now you have a second-year guy and a rookie.
Right.
Really? Sounds to me like maybe
like a Cleveland-esque move, though, doesn't it?
Well, here's the thing with Cleveland. If you're Cleveland, you necessarily can't go out and find veteran presence and veteran quarterbacks. Right. Because what veteran is going to say, hey, let me go to Cleveland?
Right.
Unless you are somebody that was the consummate backup. You're that guy that's probably never going to get the starting job. And you've been in the league for 8 years.
Right. And that's the only place you're going to get
maybe
starting job. Right.
Maybe that's the guy, at some point that you can go get. But who's out there right now that would be willing to dip their toe in that proverbial hot mess that is the Cleveland Browns organization? But back to this, Todd Haley, I think that offense will get better. It's a completely different system, different players. He's going to have younger guys that he can kind of bring. He's very good with quarterbacks. In the beginning, him and Ben were a little rocky. Then they were really getting along. They did well. They won the Super Bowl. and then the marriage got bad.
Right.
And that happens.
Right.
It happens in everyday life with regular people. It's not just, in football or in sports. We see it a lot. It's just sometimes it's great for a while, and maybe it's just not meant to be.
Right.
And maybe Todd Haley wasn't meant to be in Pittsburgh, or, but I firmly believe that offense will get better. Do I think that they're going to win the AFC North next year because of Todd Haley? No. But I do think that there'll be a considerable difference.
Do I think they'll win a game? Probably.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Did Hugh Jackson take
Anything is an improvement right now. Really.
Yeah, you're right. Did he take his jump into the lake yet? I don't know if he did.
I don't know if he did.
I know they had a stupid freaking parade for going 0-16.
Yeah.
I've no idea.
I saw that too.
That had to be by far one of the dumbest things I think I've ever seen a franchise do.
Yes.
Really? All right. Let's see. What do we got here? What else we got? A lot of people have been talking about this, and it's not that I refuse to not talk about it, but it's just been beaten up, and I'm sure the other local guys here have talked about it. Maybe they haven't. I don't know. But I know that people on TV, and I know other people on national radio have been talking about LeBron. He's coming up on that 30,000 points. But apparently he took to the gram, of course, Instagram, and wrote quite a lengthy letter to himself. Did you see this thing yet?
No, I did not.
Oh, God. All right.
I'm
so I'll go ahead and read it while you look it over, okay? So he put this on Instagram because, of course, he's getting close to the 30,000 mark. Mind you, he has not hit it yet.
Right.
Okay.
Not yet. He's
congratulated himself on hitting 30,000 career NBA points before he actually reached the milestone. So here's what he wrote on the gram. Want to be one of the first to congratulate you on this accomplishment/achievement tonight that you'll reach. Only a handful has seen it too. And while I know it's never been a goal of yours from the beginning, please try to take a moment for yourself on how you've done it. The house you are about to be a part of has only 6 seats in it as of now, but one more will be added, and you should be very proud and honored to be invited inside. There's so many people to thank who has helped this even become possible, so thank them all. And when you finally get your moment alone to yourself, smile, look up to the higher skies, and say thank you. So with that said, congrats again, young king. One love. Strive for greatness. # the kid from Akron. What is wrong with this guy? What is wrong with him?
I mean, seriously.
I don't know, man. Look, I know to be in the spotlight, to do what they do, to have excelled and do what they do every day. You have to be a little, I don't want to insult the guy, but, you have to be a little full of yourself.
Right.
Does that make sense?
I love the response that one user posted that said, find someone who loves you as much as LeBron loves LeBron. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
It's like Chad Ochocinco, Chad Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
When and T.O., T.O. loves him some T.O.
Oh, yeah.
Because he used to say, I love me some meat.
Dion loved him some Dion, too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you now.
Yeah, no doubt. But, this is a little ridiculous, So for me, I think that's kind of part of our, our poll question of the day with LeBron and, thanking himself, or I should say his younger self. I'm taken back a little bit by it, but part of me, like I said, really doesn't shock me all that much. But is LeBron a little too full of himself? I guess maybe should be our poll question. I don't know. But I for me, I understand it a little bit. but part of me it seems a little. Seems like you're a little full of yourself, buddy.
Just a smidge.
But, but hey, like I said, to be in the position that they're in and to do what they do day in and day out, you got to kind of have a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. And, you got to – most of these guys, unfortunately, are a little full of themselves. Just is what it is. You know what I mean? So, but, yeah, I just thought I'd bring that up because I know everybody was just – like people were taking – segments upon segments talking about this thing. I wasn't going to go that far. I literally wanted to give it the last few minutes of this segment.
Right.
And now I'm done.
Yeah. That's all it's worth.
There you go. All right, y'all. Keep it locked right here. Sports Guy Mike Show presented by Woodman Nissan. Make sure you get down to I-25 and Woodman Road. Check out some of the new and pre-owned vehicles that they have in stock over there. And you can also check them out at woodmannissan.com. where you can apply for financing as well as check out some of the great deals that they have going on right now. All right, Sports Guy Mike Show, cruising 101.3 KFEZ. Keep it locked. We'll be right back.
That's ridiculous. It's almost funny, though.
Which means a larger selection of high-quality pre-owned vehicles. Choose any vehicle in stock. Buy before 1 p.m. text the show at 719-422-9489. Or the best way to remember is 4229.
Sports Guy Mike Show, presented by Woodman Nissan. Make sure you get down to I-25 in Woodman Road. Check out some of the new and pre-owned vehicles they got going on right now. You can also get over to woodmannissan.com. Apply for financing right there online. You can also check out some of the great deals they have going on. Some unbelievable savings and rebates on the brand new Nissan truck. So get down there, find Brock, and let him know that Sports Guy Mike sent you. All right, on the phone, we got the man, the myth, the legend. What's up, Mr. Grant Meach?
The Meach.
I'm good, brother. How are you? I hear you, man. Grant Meach, sports director over at KOAA News 5, joining the Sports Guy Mike Show. It's been a while, man. Glad to have you on. I appreciate you taking the time. I know you're busy. Yes, 25th anniversary. A buddy of mine was at the Barclays the other night, and from what I understand, Stone Cold Steve Austin came out. But let's not go there because we may get sidetracked. So I know, right? So real quick, I kind of wanted to touch. I didn't get a chance to. We haven't really delved into this, but I wanted, since you're so close to him and you cover him, and I kind of wanted to ask you real quick, football aside for a second, I wanted to talk about Charlie Blackmon. He got a $14 million deal about 10 days ago. It's a one-year deal. A lot of people on Twitter and a lot of people that I know that are Rockies fans think that it was maybe too small of a deal, that maybe they should have given him a couple more years. Even Buckeye at the end of the table over here even thought that maybe they should have given him a longer contract. I said, look, he doubled his salary and he's got a job. What's your take on it? Right. 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 Too much money. Right. 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 Absolutely. Look, you went from $7 million to $14 million, and you still got a job. You will have the leverage at some point, especially like you said, if you continue to play as well as you've been playing. 331 last year, 37 homers. Is nothing to sneeze about. If he can pull something like that off again this year, then the leverage comes back to him. Right. Oh, yeah. Talking to Grant Meach, sports director over at KOAA News 5. So let's talk some Broncos. The word is, Trevor's probably going to leave. Brock's probably not going to stick around either. In your opinion, what do you think the next best move for them? Is it going after a quarterback? Because apparently John Elway thinks that nothing can be fixed and they can't move on and move forward unless they fix this quarterback position. They have to get somebody in there. Yeah. They fired them all. Right. Right. Yep. Right. Right. As a backup, yeah. I agree. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Right tackle, yeah. Yeah. And see, I was going to ask you that. I was going to say, do you go veteran or do you try to use that number 5 pick on a quarterback? And I think you and Sam kind of have that same notion that it's better to go get a veteran during the offseason, pay him the money. But the downside, though, you have to think too, Grant, isn't that is going to end up affecting the rest of the team? And I think Legwold wrote an article today about it, talking about how going out and spending a bunch of money on a quarterback is going to end up affecting a lot of these veteran wide receivers like Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders and guys like that. Yeah. Kirk Cousins wants like $30 million, doesn't he? Right. Yeah. I know. It's bad.
I was going to say, you'd think John Elway would be a good person for that.
Right. Yep. Right. You got to do that. And I had said this not last year, but the year before. I was like, it would behoove of them, instead of grabbing somebody like a Paxton Lynch, to go find, because it worked with Peyton. And if you could have that defense and one of the worst statistic years that Peyton has ever had and still won a Super Bowl, maybe that's your formula. Maybe that's the formula that you need to continue using, which is go get a guy that's been in the league long enough, that's taken his bumps, he's taken the bruises, he's been knocked around, and he's not afraid of it. You know what I mean? Bring that guy in. Stop trying to groom quarterbacks, because obviously, like you said, these guys are not good at it. Yep. Right. All right, Michi, got to ask you, man. Super Bowl set, New England, Philly. Who do you like? Me too. Me too.
Yeah, me as well.
Yeah. Yes, I heard that. I know. Yeah. Ugh. Right. You must read my mind, because great mind thinks alike. Here's the thing. I said the same thing. I said, if they win, which I do not want to happen, I don't want them tying my Steelers with 6 Lombardis. However, I did say, if they win, watch the two of them retire together. Not retire, but leave the Patriots together. Matt Patricia's leaving. You know what I mean?
If I knew that was going to happen.
Right.
If I knew that was going to happen, I would root for the Patriots. Absolutely.
Yeah. That'll never happen. Not as long as I have a breath in my body.
I was 100% certain.
Right.
Ugh.
Right. I don't know. Ugh. It may take longer than 15, though, Grant. Right. Yeah, I don't either. Grant Meach, he's the sports director over at KOAA News 5. Hey, buddy, always good to hear from you. And thanks for taking the time, boss. We'll talk to you next week. All right, buddy. Grant Meach, great guy, man. Always takes the time, man. Known Grant for a while, and he's been on the show up in Denver. He's been on the show here, and it's been a while, so it's always nice to have him back on, and he'll be on with us every Tuesday. here on the show. So
Good stuff.
we get to ask him all kinds of cool stuff. So yeah, you're still not getting me to root for the Patriots. No way, no how. But however, I said on this show, do not be shocked if they win number 6. The only reason I would say that they would try to stick around is to try to outdo the Steelers and get that 7th Lombardi. However, I really, really think that somewhere, somehow, they're all trying to take this one last ride together.
Right.
And if they win, because you're losing McDaniels, you're losing Patricia, I honestly think that Belichick would say, I'm walking away. And I could, you know.
Retire, though.
That's the thing. I don't know if he would retire or if he would go to your squad.
We'll take him. Come on over.
I'm not quite sure, but I think that that's what would happen. All right, we're up against it. Went way too far into that one, but that's okay. Keep it locked right here on the Sports Guy Mike Show, presented by Woodman Nissan. We're going to take a quick break, pay some bills, and get right back to it. Stick around.
Who ended up winning that game Friday night? There you go.
Because somehow, some way, they found each other again.
See?
And they got married, and they had a kid.
I need to be writing this down.
You know what I'm saying? I'll even look. I'll even go sit down in my basement of my computer, and I'll write the script.
All right.
And we'll submit it. We'll make a couple $1 million.
Heck yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Done.
I mean, I can get to Ralph. I know a guy. I got a guy, that's a friend of his cousin's sister's aunt. And, yeah, I know her. And I can get to Ralph. So, it's not a problem.
I just tell you, I need the macho.
We can get Ralphie, no problem. And I bet we can get him on the cheap.
Yeah. Did you see him on that roast a while back?
No, he was on a roast?
He was on a roast. He was one of the panel. The guy actually looks pretty good still, man.
Yeah, I mean, dude, look, he was playing, a 17, 18-year-old kid, and he was like 28 years old.
Right.
I mean, the guy is aging quite gracefully. No, the last time I saw... I'm
pretty sure it was the roast of Rob Lowe. Look it up.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look that up.
Because of the Outsiders thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because Johnny...
Pony Boy.
Yeah,
right?
he played. Yeah, Ralph Macchio played Johnny. Do for Johnny, man. Do for Johnny. Stay golden, Pony Boy.
Stay golden, Pony Boy.
It's still. I love that movie, and I actually watched it a couple weekends ago. It still pains me to hear that New York kid talk like a little country bumpkin. It cracks me up every time. Man, you got to calm down, Pony. I don't know, man. Just relax, man. And I'm just like
oh,
what?
No.
When you first see it, it's no big deal because you don't know who Ralph is.
Right.
He hadn't done Karate Kid yet.
Right. And then you see the Karate Kid, and he's like, what was that?
Well, not just that. You now know who Ralph Macchio is. It's just the Italian kid from New York, and he's saying, hey, calm down, Pony Boy, man. Relax. And you're like, well, what? So, yeah. But that's the ticket. That's how you do it. You go back, you get Elizabeth Shue. Obviously, we can't get Mr. Miyagi because Pat Morita passed away like 5 years ago.
Becomes the sensei.
Right, like something like
teaches.
Yeah, teaches
all of Mr. Miyagi's ways.
Or
does it one of these.
Maybe, hey, how about this? Better yet, no Elizabeth. Well, you put Elizabeth Shue in it, but they're not married. And you make Ralph like this loner like Miyagi was.
Right.
He's the maintenance.
Bonsai trees.
Yeah, he's the maintenance guy in some apartment. He's been divorced. He finds out he's got a kid. She drops the kid on him. Right. It's something like that. You know what I mean?
And then the
kid wants to play. Yeah, he's getting bullied. You know what I mean? That's the ticket right there. Now watch. Somebody's listening to this. They're going to go write a screenplay real quick and send it out. And in like 3 months, we're going to go, hey, that was our idea.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm going to have to get on that screenplay. Quick,
for sure.
And in a hurry.
Yep. Get to typing.
All right. It is time for our top 10, our top 5 at 5. I used to do top 10 at 10. Sorry about that. Don't forget, you can also hit us up right here in the studio. If you want to call and join the conversation, you can. I promise we're done talking about Karate Kid and Ralph Macchio. 719-422-9489 is the number to call. Or text, easiest way to remember it, 4229-GUY. Top 5 at 5, the best, and I'm sure this can be argued, and that's why I love about lists. And shout out to my boy Kyle Berry. It's not my list. But I got this from Bleacher Report, and it has 25 teams on here. And it's the top 25 NFL teams in NFL history of all time. Now, I'm not saying collectively. I'm not saying franchise-wise. I'm saying a team of a year. Okay? They have on here, number 5, the 1978 Pittsburgh Steelers. They went 14-2 that year and won the Super Bowl. Of course, you're talking about the Steel Curtain defense. You're talking about Lynn Swann, John Stallworth, Mel. This is where the Mel Blount rule came into effect.
Right.
So this was a unbelievable and quite powerful football team at the time. And this was actually that was the year that I went to the Pro Bowl in Tampa in 1979 and met all of those Steelers. and became a Steelers fan and have been hooked ever since. So, yeah, that came in at number 5. That's a pretty good one. Number 4, some of your boys, 1989 San Francisco 49ers.
We got to be on that.
Another 14-2 Super Bowl champion year. The late, great Bill Walsh, the creator of the West Coast offense.
Yes.
Joe Montana.
Them teams were no joke, man. Ronnie Lott, Roger Craig.
Dude, Ronnie
keep
Lott.
down the list. Jerry Rice. I mean, just, man, that team was a beast.
And, the thing about it is that number 5, that Steeler, that 1978 Steeler team, that team has more Hall of Famers on it from one year than any other team.
Oh, absolutely.
Those 9 Steelers I met, all 9 of them are in the Hall of Fame.
Yep. Yeah, oh, yeah, for sure.
And 10 of them went to the Super Bowl that year.
Yes.
I only got to meet 9. But they're all Hall of Famers, which is crazy. But anyway, yes, the 89 49ers, dude, and this is always going to be the big argument for me. Joe Montana, I'm sorry. If you go to 4 Super Bowls and you win them all, I don't care that Tom Brady has gone to X many and
didn't just win some of them. We're talking 55-10. I know Bronco fans know what I'm talking about. 55-10. Yeah, them teams were no joke.
I understand that that you can say he's the greatest because for me, I always say it's about championships. And Tom Brady does have more championships.
Right.
And I give him that.
That's going to be my dad's argument to you. Well, Tom Brady's got all these things, and he must be the greatest.
Here's the problem. They're all tainted. I'm sorry. You can hate me for it. It doesn't matter. It's my opinion, and it's my show. But they're tainted in one way or another. Even this year is tainted.
Yes.
The referees is the new thing.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I understand Grant Meach, and he's my dude, and, that's my dog. But
it'd be one thing if
even in 15 years, I don't think I'm going to sit back and go, Tom Brady and those New England Patriots, that was a great – No. Because for me, it's always about why is your team always being, looked at and investigated, and you have all these issues. I can't – it's the one instance, and I know it makes me kind of look like I'm, backtracking and there's hateration going on here. But at the end of the day, yes, Bill Russell is the greatest – he's the winningest NBA player of all time.
Yes.
11 championships.
11 rings.
Tom Brady's got 5. I understand. I get it. But at the end of the day, you've been to the Super Bowl and lost. And the thing about it is you lost twice. To the same team with the same quarterback and the same coach.
Yep.
Tom Coughlin had your number not once but twice.
Should have had it 3 times.
Just saying. So that's the only issue I've ever had with calling him the greatest of all time. I will give him that he is the winningest quarterback. He is the winningest quarterback.
Right.
Sure. Terry's got 4. Joe's got 4. Tom's got him beat. I get that. But this 1989 team was pretty dope. So let's not forget about Brent Jones either.
Yes.
Tom Rathman.
Yes. Oh, man. That whole team, man. Just,
yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Walsh was a genius. The 2007 Patriots, 16-0. They were only the AFC champions that year. I don't know if I can sign off on that. That was a very good football team. That was a very pathetic schedule that they had that year.
It was pretty sad.
So I have a hard time with that. But I get why they're on here because they went undefeated throughout the entire 16 weeks.
Right.
So
it says something. I mean, but
I don't know. Now part of the hateration is coming in.
Oh, yes.
For me. And I can admit that. But I'm just saying, look, the teams that are at 4 and 5 won the Super Bowl. But the number 3 team is the AFC champion. Maybe put them at 5.
Yeah.
And move the Niners and the Steelers up 1.
Oh, because my Niners team would have smoked that Patriots team.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I completely agree.
So we need to adjust that list a little bit.
That was actually that 2017. That was one of the teams. I mean, that was one of the years when they had, and I can look it up because I'm almost positive I'm right, that they had probably the weakest schedule, because every year they come out with it number-wise, weakest to strongest,
right,
1 through 32. So, and I think that they were number one with the easiest schedule that year, because I remember a lot of people clamoring about it. The number 2 team on this list, the top 5 at 5 for the best NFL teams of all time. I'm a little weirded out by the fact that this is number 2. 1972 Miami Dolphins that went 14-0 and won the Super Bowl.
And won the Super Bowl. Undefeated the entire year. A true undefeated team.
Bob Greasy at quarterback. I don't know how this is number 2.
Nobody else has ever done it, people. How can you not put that in number 1?
I know. This one's kind of tough. I mean, you know, Don Shula, one of the greatest coaches to ever coach, for one. But yeah, they're number 2. Are you ready for who's number 1?
Well, let's hear it.
It's the 1962 Green Bay Packers, 13-1, and they were the NFL champions. I mean, could you argue with it?
Well, I mean, anybody can always argue with anything, right? But
I mean,
I guess you could argue that 1 and 2 should be flipped, but it is what it is. It's whatever. They're both great teams.
Are you ready for this? This is a really interesting factoid right here for you. The 1962 Packers started that season by winning 4 games by a combined score of 109-14.
Oof.
Maybe that's why it's number 1.
Oof.
The first 4 games, they managed to score 109 points.
That's okay.
Then it says then they got hot.
Then they got hot?
50 turnovers in 14 regular season games.
Holy smokes.
50. Rushed for 175 yards per game.
Okay. We'll leave them at number 1. Okay.
Per game.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a monster. That's a monster accomplishment.
Yeah.
That's just insane. They won by 49-0 twice in the regular season. Oh my God. This was quite,
wow.
You're talking about Vince Lombardi, Bart Starr, Jim Taylor, Jim Ringo. These are guys that are etched in the Hall of Fame. You know, look, I'll give it to them.
Okay, yeah.
They can have that number 1 spot. 109 points in 4 games.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
That's insane. And you got to remember, 1962, you could get your head lopped off, and there was no flag to be found.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Guys like Dick Butkus were throwing clotheslines.
Yeah.
They're
Deacon Jones
literally said he was out there trying to hurt people.
Oh yeah. Well, Deacon Jones used to say the same thing.
Jack Tatum. These just nasty dudes.
Deacon Jones was the creator of the ear hole.
Yes.
He would whack you in that ear hole on the side of your helmet.
Oh,
and it would daze you for just long enough for you to him to get around you.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
If those guys played nowadays, man, they'd be getting suspended every game.
These guys wouldn't have any pay because they would be fined weekly.
But it's the same with guys like Ronnie Lott and John Lynch and stuff. Now,
Ronnie Lott was a very dangerous man in shoulder pads and a helmet.
Oh, buddy, don't come across it.
He was a dangerous man.
When receivers were actually afraid to come across the middle.
Well, yeah. Even guys
like him and John Lynch and people were standing there. Steve Atwater was waiting to take your head off.
Right. And in the late 70s, like I said earlier, you had guys like Mel Blount that would completely and utterly decapitate you
annihilate
if you tried to come near him to catch the ball.
Right.
You weren't catching the ball if you were near Mel Blount.
No.
Your helmet was probably coming off. Your shoulder pad was probably going somewhere behind you and off of your shoulder. You know, they were like, look, 5 yards, man. You got to give him some room. Mel's like, nah. I'm bouncing him right up. I'm bouncing him. He better not come over here. I'm taking his helmet off. So, yeah. All right, so that's our top 5 at 5. Hope you like that. If you want to chime in, 888-99, wrong number, 719-422-9489. Easiest way to remember it. 4229. Guy, get at us. You can either call us here in studio or you can text us on that number as well. Sports Guy Mike Show presented by Woodman Nissan right here on Cruising 101.3 FM. Keep it locked. Don't go nowhere.
Cruising is 101.3 KFEZ FM Wallacenburg, Pueblo, and Colorado Springs. We are cruising.
wrong with that.
That's right. 4229 guy. Hit us up here in the studio on the Sports Guy Mike Show presented by Woodman Nissan. Get down there to I-25 and Woodman Road. Check out some of the great vehicles that they have, new and pre-owned. You can also get your vehicle service down there as well. You can also apply for financing right from the comfort of your own home just by going to woodmannissan.com. So get over there and check it out. All right, it's time for a reality check. As I just put on Civil War over there. What is? Don't tell me there's a stupid. Oh, is he speaking a different language? Is that why there's a? I was gonna say I don't think I have the captions on. We're just rambling here. Was tired of watching the Oklahoma basketball game, so I'm like, yeah, let's watch some superhero stuff. All right, so that's a reality check for you right there.
Iron Man.
All right, so it's funny. And I didn't do that on purpose, trust me. But the Tom Brady GOAT thing continues. And I'm not the only one. So apparently, a lot of people, like I've said, think that he's the greatest of all time. But he's not the greatest of all time, according to none other than Tony Gonzalez, who offered who offered a unique take on the GOAT debate when TMZ saw him hanging out in L.A., Tony tells TMZ Sports Brady's no doubt had the, quote, best career. But when it comes to sheer ability, it's splitting hairs to pick between him and a handful of other legendary QBs. Gonzalez continued by saying, I don't know if there's ever a best anything. As for which guy he puts right up there with Tom, Tony named a couple of active QBs, as well as some Hall of Famers. And they're all pretty good choices, apparently. And let's see if I can get this soundbite on. I don't think, they don't allow cursing on TMZ, do they?
I hope not.
I'm going to play this Tony G thing, and let's see what he says on TMZ. Yes, we'll give you credit, TMZ. I'm all about giving credit. If this thing will freaking pull up. But because I want to hear what names he throws out there.
But see, I will disagree with him on one point.
What?
There is a greatest at one position. There's undoubtable, no doubt, can't argue, greatest player at one position.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, he's trying to. Tony's trying to run from the reporter. Tony G is feeding the meter, by the way. Oh, hold on. So, first of all, let me break this down for you. Tony Gonzalez is, from what I understand, I've never met the guy, but I hear he's super nice.
Yes.
And he will take the time to give you a quick soundbite, as he did.
As he did.
However, it looked like he was trying to run from the guy, but he wasn't. He was running to feed the meter.
Oh yeah, he's about.
Yes.
To, so ticket.
So this guy is just. I mean, he's browbeating him.
Yeah.
Like just he's in his face, and Tony's just kind of like, he really didn't roll his eyes, but he's like, he's like, come on, man, I'm just trying to feed the meter here. You know what I mean? So he's feeding the meter, and he's asking him all this stuff. But the guy's walking with him. Like Tony Gonzalez goes back. He's walking back across the street.
Right.
He's telling the guys like, yo, man, you better watch out. You're going to get hit. So, but that's cool, though. Tony took the time, to talk to, because these guys can be
but like I said,
so impetuous.
Because if you ask anybody who knows anything about football, who's the best wide receiver ever played the game? That is a no.
Well, yeah, you're going to say Jerry Rice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He is the only one that I don't think any argument.
Well, look, if you're doing sheer numbers, yes. If you're doing championships, you got to put guys like Lynn Swann in the mix. You have to. You have to put guys
I'm talking about full package, total.
Right, you're talking about numbers, right?
Just overall ability, just everything. I mean,
dude, some people will put ethic. Some people, not me, but some people will put guys like Chris Carter in there. T.O.
The only people that would put Chris Carter and T.O. in there, I think, is Chris Carter and T.O.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, no. Some other guys would say that. Just saying.
Everybody else is a very distant second place, as far as I see.
Tim Brown,
and they're all right there in second place.
I wouldn't say that a lot of these guys are distant. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm a little biased, so.
Well, of course you are, and I am too. But at the end of the day, you still gotta look at it, from the whole perspective.
Because a lot of people, I've heard the poll come up many times. A lot of people vote the greatest just football player ever, and Jerry Rice, I've heard top of that list.
Well, nobody had his, for a long time, nobody had his work ethic until J.J. Watt came along.
Right.
When J.J. Watt came along, he was instantly compared to Jerry Rice as far as his work ethic, him coming in and, not even, being the first guy in, being the last one gone.
Right.
You know what I mean? That was J.J. Watt. And honestly, as much as I like J.J. and I feel bad for saying this, I think it was a detriment to his career. I think it's had him to be that vulnerable guy to getting hurt.
Right.
Because that's all he did.
Just working himself and working himself and working himself.
The human body's only going to take so much.
Right.
If you're working
wide
over,
receiver isn't quite as an impact position as a defensive end.
Correct. But at the end of the day, you're talking about a guy that, it's his whole life.
Right.
So, all right. I thought I turned this off. Did I not? Or was that you buzzing?
I think that was me buzzing.
That was you. Okay. So, live radio and live video. Yes, we're live. Okay. Joey Fatone. Yeah, you like how I paused there?
Yeah.
Okay. Joey Fatone says, no NSYNC reunion at the Super Bowl, and don't bank on Janet Jackson. Apparently, Joey Fatone is...
Well, you're trying to kill everybody's hopes, Joey. Come on.
I know, right? Apparently, he is breaking hearts again all across the country by officially shutting down all hopes of a Super Bowl 52 reunion with JT.
By officially saying bye-bye-bye to the thoughts of the reunion.
I guess Joey told TMZ Sports, he said, I'm here right now. If I was doing something, I'd be at rehearsals right now. There's your proof. So, but that makes sense.
How much they really got to rehearse? I mean, come on. Them guys performed together for how many years?
Well, I had sent this to a friend of mine that's very close to what's going on up in Minneapolis right now. And I asked him about that because I was interested. I was like, first I asked him about the Janet thing. Have you heard?
Everybody wants to see Janet.
Well, the Janet thing I think is bigger than any kind of NSYNC reunion.
Yes, I would rather see Janet than NSYNC.
Right now, however, to see NSYNC, obviously you could go back to when they came out with Nelly and that the last time that they were out there. So that would be cool to see. Don't get me wrong. However, I texted a friend of mine. I said, look, man, I said, have you heard anything about, maybe Janet making an appearance? maybe, the guys from NSYNC coming back, to try to scare everybody. Here's the thing. I understand where Fatone is coming from here. But remember, you're not going to come out and say, "Yep, we'll be there." Right. Why are you going to say that? You're not. If it's going to be this big surprise.
There's still 2 weeks till the Super Bowl. They have plenty of time to rehearse still.
Now, it also says here that they spoke to Fatone before JT signed onto the big game. And at the time, he said an NSYNC halftime show could happen if a few things fell into place. This was prior.
Don't give up on the idea yet.
Look, I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't be shocked by any stretch of the imagination if it goes down.
Right. I mean, he could just be saying that to throw everybody off.
So, of course.
You got to have the surprise factor. So, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're here.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I
know about it. It's not near as exciting.
Right. And now you instead of seeing, teenage girls being like, ah, now you'll see, late 30-year-old women going, ah.
Yeah.
The scene would be so much different. So much different on so many different levels. So, okay. All right, y'all. Keep it locked. We're going to come back, wrap it up with one last story, and, of course, our locks of the night. Don't go anywhere. Sports Guy Mike Show. Cruising 101.3 FM, KFEZ. And we are brought to you by Woodman Nissan. Don't go nowhere, y'all.
Pretty easy night for locks, eh? Pick one. Is it 1, 2, 3?
Nissan is the Nissan Giant, the largest volume Nissan dealer in southern Colorado, which means a larger selection of high-quality pre-owned vehicles. Choose any vehicle in stock.
I can't believe how many points the Warriors are giving up. 16?
Yes, complimentary maintenance for 1 year.
They got the Warriors favored by 16.
To 16,888, and we have 10 in stock. Or choose a 2016 Nissan Altima S from just 12,888. 10 or more in stock. Save when you buy, get more money when you trade. And when you buy before 1 p.m. from now till November 30th, you'll receive 1 year free maintenance on your used vehicle. Bigger is better. The biggest selection, our best prices, and more for your trade. There's no reason to go anywhere else. Hurry, sale ends soon with the Nissan I-25 and Woodman Road. WoodmanNissan.com. It's never too far for a far better deal. Road stock number P6052, Ultimate stock number P6048. Press plus tag license with a $799 meter fee. Applicable rebate. See dealer for details. Ends November 30th, 2017. It's a store on sale at Bang Sports Apparel. All items are BOGO. Buy one, get one, 25% off. And headwear is BOGO. Buy one, get one, 50% off. Stop in at Bands near you at Cedar Mall, Castle Rock Outlets, Colorado Hills, and Flat Iron Crossing. Score new arrivals for men, women, and youth. Some exclusive supply, including Nike, Majestic, and New Era MLB on-field and NFL sidelines. Bands. Game day, every day. Is credit card debt ruining your life? Now you can have a large portion of your credit card debt forgiven. Get Relief Today wants to give you free information that shows you how. This program is proven to work for credit card debt, medical bills, and department store debt. Thousands of people have used it to have a portion of their credit card debt forgiven. Call now for free information and a consultation. We'll give you the secret to this money-saving program absolutely free. Eye-opening information that could save you thousands of dollars a year or a month, depending on how much you owe. In fact, the more you owe, the more you can save. All you need is to owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or department store debt to qualify. So call for free debt forgiveness information now at 800-207-8558. That's 800-207-8558. Discover the secret to having your credit card debt forgiven. Call 800-207-8558. 800-207-8558. Colorado has one of the hottest markets in the nation. And with inventory at all-time lows, if you're thinking about selling, now is a great time. Let the Centennial Group at Equity work for you. Their detailed marketing strategy can help you get the most money out of your home. This market won't last long. Text the word BLAZING to 88000 for a free home evaluation. That's BLAZING to 88000.
Tees and Time is a family-owned and operated Illustrated custom screen printing and embroidery company located at 3320 Carefree Circle West, right off Academy behind the Peak Vista Centre. Need shirts for a family reunion, company event, or your sports team's uniforms? Tees in Time has got you covered. Literally, they even have cool promotional products for your business, like water bottles, backpacks, lip balm, and just about anything you can put your logo on. Check out Tees in Time at 3320 Carefree Circle West or online at teesintime.com. Tees in Time, where quality is always on time.
The Rugged Riders at Carpet Clearance Warehouse are having their annual Red Tag Blowout Sale. 20 to 50 cents off per square feet. Hundreds of products, including luxury vinyl flooring.
We always ride on the carpet from the market that we buy for your floors and specials in the store. Exclusive warehouse, browse clearance, ability, save, feeling, when seen while you're stealing multiple rugs. And when we're done with installation, the front range folks will know. Here's some straight shot. We'll go with the buildings, Colorado Rugged Riders, Carpet Clearance Warehouse, Rugged Rider Dudes.
Did you like the song? You'll love the savings. Tell the Rugged Riders that you heard this radio ad and you'll get an additional 10 cents off per square foot of any product. Make sure you go check them out at 3250 North Academy. The Rugged Riders at Carpet Clearance Warehouse.
Carpet Clearance Warehouse, Rugged Rider Dudes.
The Breeze Car presents When Stinks Interrupt. Thanks for the ride, sis.
No problem.
Yeah, chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets. What did you say? For fast food?
Not today. Why?
Chicken nuggets. Pro tip, sis. Pick up Febreze Car, then pick up your brother. Febreze Car has 2 new ways to drive away embarrassing odors. Now available with the reviews or with extra medicine. The Sports Guy Mike Show. Weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. on Cruisin' 101.3. Online at SportsGuyMike.com.
Sports Guy Mike Show presented by Woodman Nissan. Get over to I-25 and Woodman Road. Check out some of the new and pre-owned vehicles that they got over there. Some great savings and rebates going on their brand new Nissan truck. So if you're in the market for a truck, I'm telling you, it's the place to go. Woodman Nissan. You can also get over to woodmannissan.com and check out some of the great deals that they have online too. Much better than for me to try to explain every single one for you. Just get over there and check it out. All right, it is time for our locks of the day. All right. Kind of easy tonight. Is that what you said earlier?
I'm looking down the list, and yeah, I mean.
Okay, so we got one game in action right now. Orlando taking on Sacramento. That game's pretty close, 41-40 right now. So we got the Nets and the Thunder at the Chesapeake Energy, 9.5. OKC.
-9.5.
Cavs and Spurs, both teams have taken quite a slide. Spurs are just in complete turmoil since Kawhi Leonard has not been a part of the team. And apparently there's a big rift going on between him and that organization, which is not good. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the Spurs are not a playoff contender without Kawhi Leonard.
No.
Period.
Right.
End of sentence. Just saying. You know, LaMarcus Aldridge, he's good and all, but let's not get it twisted. Knicks Warriors. Golden State is freaking favored by 16. That hurts.
Yeah.
That hurts my feelings.
Against your Knicks.
Yes. Well, they're not very good, man. They're 21-26. 6-17 on the road. It ain't going to get no better at the Oracle. So, you know, that one's probably a foregone conclusion. However, I'm not going anywhere near that game. But I'm not, you know, here's the thing. You got the Celtics, Lakers at the Staples. Boston's favored by 5. Give me Boston in the Staples Center to beat the Lakers at home. Yes, Kyrie Irving's going to go in there and steal a win from Lonzo Ball. Who you got?
Okay, well, I'm with you. I'll stay away from the Warriors game. Give me the Thunder over the Nets.
What's that? Thunder over the Nets?
Thunder over the Nets.
Okay.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
that's fair.
They're
9.5.
They're home.
Yeah.
It's the Nets. I mean,
right.
We're good. Take the Thunder. You got something going over there. Hang on.
What's that?
I was saying, you got something going over there. Hang on.
No, I got a text
maybe some breaking news or something.
No. No, I just got a text. No breaking news. No breaking news. So, yeah. All right. So those are our locks for the night. And I was trying to pull up. Let's see if I can get this one last story here. But I will tell you this. You know, the whole thing with Kawhi Leonard. Look, at some point you gotta get it together, San Antonio. This guy he's your guy.
Yes.
Without him, you have Squadola.
Better figure it out.
Make that kid happy. You know, I don't know what's going on over there, but whatever they. Oh God, dog it! I'm trying to pull this up, and I'm not getting any help here. So anyway, thanks to Grant Meach for coming on the show, taking the time. Of course, sports director over at KOAA News. He'll be joining us every Tuesday.
You hear the big story the day I heard on Fox Sports Radio today. Sorry.
What's that?
That the Patriots picked their jerseys for the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah. Well, that was the last story. I was just trying to pull up the information so I didn't get any of it wrong. But hey, let's just wing it.
Great minds think alike.
Right. Let's just wing it. What the heck? So, because I was trying to pull up the numbers for the teams that wore white that actually won the Super Bowl.
Well,
the only thing I know is that more teams have won in the white jerseys.
Right. Well, the Patriots are 3-0 in the white jerseys. So
Are
that's
they?
why they went with the white jersey.
Oh.
Yeah. Patriots haven't lost one in their white jerseys
is
yet.
Is that so?
Yet. Notice I say yet.
Oh my God. I don't think I've ever heard more people talk about wanting to see the Patriots lose so bad on such a giant scale. I don't think I've ever seen it this bad.
Yeah.
You know, they're becoming the Bulls of the 80s. And
oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? They're becoming that team. They've been that team.
For a while.
For a long time.
For a while.
But at this point, we're so far past. It's gotten bad, bro.
It's got to stop.
Yeah. So all I can say is, go Eagles.
Go Eagles.
That sounded so bad. It even tasted bad coming out of my mouth. But I'll tell you what, it tastes a lot better coming out of my mouth than saying go the other team.
Yeah. No.
Because that'll never happen.
No.
Just saying. All right, man. Any shout-outs you want to do before we get out of here?
No, just shout out to my mom and dad. I know they're always listening out in North Carolina. Like I said, I know we got people listening all over the country. I got family out in Ohio. So just shout out to everybody. My wife and kids sitting at home. Just, yeah, good times, man.
Yeah, man. All right. Thanks for listening. We appreciate you. As always, don't forget to go check us out on Facebook. Just type in Sports Guy Mike Show. Get over there and like us because everybody likes to be liked. We're no different. Thanks to those that were watching on our YouTube channel. We appreciate it. Thanks so much for just tuning in and for, being a part of the show. We will talk to you again tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel right here on the Sports Guy Mike Show on Cruising 101.3 KFEZ. Stick around for some great music coming on after us. But we are out of here. And as I say around here all the time, don't sweat small stuff. I'm out of here. See ya. I've got to break all this down as fast as possible. Hey. Did you see this pitch on TMZ of Kim? That chick is. Look at this shit.
Wow.
Fucking A, man.
T-shirt contest. That booty's ridiculous.
I know, dude.
Ridiculous.
fucking insane is what it is. Ridiculous.
Freaking is it Chloe? Theirs is even more ridiculous, man.
See, and I'll tell you,